Good evening. Good evening. How are you doing, believers? Let me make sure my earpiece is off here. All right. How are you doing today, believers? Everybody on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. Hello. How are you doing? This is Love Coach Dasha, and I am here to help you along the healing path after infidelity. That is what we are doing here. That is what we do every week, Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We talk about getting on the healing path after infidelity. Have you been through that? Chances are, if you're listening to me, you have been through that, and I have as well. So I have some experience with this process, how to get through it, how to get back to a place of stability in your emotions and get to a place where you feel like, okay, I can handle this. I don't feel like I am just going to be in a puddle on the floor anymore. I can heal. I can be with the person that I want to be with. And it does not matter that this bad thing happened. We will get past it. So I am here to help you do that. So let me know if you are on Instagram. Say hi. If you're watching play #replay in the comments. If you are watching me on anything other than Facebook, come to my Facebook page. Come to Love After Cheating. We are in this group. There's over 2,600 women in this group who are doing the exact same thing you are. They are going through the trauma of infidelity, but they are working it out. They want to be with the person that they want to be with. Decided that that is what they are doing. All right. That is what's going to happen. That is the path that they are on. And so we're all on the same page in the group. In this group, I don't allow anybody to tell you to leave. I know you can get that anywhere. You can get anybody on the whole world in the entire internet to tell you to leave. But if you want to stay, that's not the advice that you need right now. You need somebody to be on your side. And everybody in this group is doing exactly the same thing. So come join Love After Cheating if you are not part of that group. For my Love After Cheating peeps, say hi and send me. Let me know if you're here with me. Hit me with the #replay if you're catching it on a replay. And I am delighted to have all of you here with me. If you have had a day like I have had, you have been super busy. It is Christmas Eve. And so, of course, everybody has been running around. So I had to run around and go to work and then come and make it back here. So around all day long, and now I am here with you, and I'm excited to be here with you. I want to answer questions. I want everybody who needs like something taken care of before the holiday, like getting something off your chest, getting it to the point where you can breathe a little bit and not have a terrible holiday because of this. That's what we're doing this week, okay? And I have a present for you, so stick around to the end. And it's a combo present. So stick around to the end and we're gonna talk about it. All right. So of course, way we always start off every single week is for me to remind you about doing your deep breathing and your journaling. Have you been doing your deep breathing? Have you been doing your journaling? If you have not been doing that, you are doing yourself a disservice. You need to be doing this. And I have been explaining deep breathing every day for the last week. Very much because this is a stressful time of year. Everybody gets a little stressed, a little crazy at Christmas. There's a lot of obligations, there's social pressure, there is family pressure. It's a lot going on, okay? So you're going to be a little bit extra stressed just because it's the holiday. But I don't want you to ruin your whole Christmas just because there's that added stress that's making you feel like you're failing at your healing. You are not failing. You are not failing at healing right now. It is just a stressful time. Okay. All right. So we got to be at least reasonable with ourselves. Okay. That's the first thing. I want you to be reasonable with yourself and realize that this is a stressful time for everybody. Lots and lots of people feel like this during the holidays. So it's not just about the cheating in and of itself. It is the all of the pressures that there are at this time of the year. you need to be doing your deep breathing. That's what it always comes back to. Because when you are stressed out and your cortisol levels are rising and you get that fight or flight thing going on and all that adrenaline pumping through your body, you are going to be tired. You are going to be stressed. Your body is going to ache. So if you are doing your deep breathing, you are lowering those levels of the negative stuff and feeding your body the oxygen that it needs to keep on doing what you need it to do. You need it to keep going right now. You need to be able to keep going and do what you need to do for this holiday season, for your friends, for your family, for yourself. So if you are doing your deep breathing, you're feeding your body what it needs to be able to do that, okay? Because everything starts with you breathing, okay? Everything starts and ends with you being able to inhale and exhale. All right. So we're going to do our deep breathing together as we always do every Thursday. We are on the healing path together. So what I do is 4-7-8 breathing. You can choose whatever kind of breathing you like. Whatever breathing makes you happy, whatever breathing makes you feel like you are calming yourself and centering and not hyperventilating and not freaking out. You can do it. But since we're going to do it together, we're going to do it the way I do it. All right. So we're going to go ahead and blow out. Kind of try and deflate your lungs. You're going to inhale for a count of 4. You can do it through your nose or through your mouth. I know, the weather has been crazy everywhere. Well, everywhere. So, you may have trouble breathing through your nose. That's all right. You can breathe through your mouth, count of 4. Then you're going to hold that breath for a count of 7. Okay. Give your body a chance to use that oxygen that you just breathed in. Then you are going to blow out like you're blowing out a whole cake full of birthday candles for a count of 8. Make the noise. Make that sound. That is a signal to your brain. When your brain hears you making that sound, that is the sound of, I am in control of my, I don't need you to do the autopilot thing right now. Brain, I understand that you got me, but I've got it right now. I am in control. I am safe. I am okay. And I'm going to lower my blood pressure. I'm going to lower my pulse. I am not going to freak out right this second. You need to be doing this every day. Don't just do it when you're stressing. Do this every day, 5 times a day. 5 times a day. You need to be doing this. I'm trying to tell you, if you do it consistently, it's going to change. It's going to change the way your brain works, because feeding your brain oxygen, when you have been in such a state and so tense and so stressed out for so long, suddenly getting that fresh oxygen all along is great for your brain. Your brain can finally think clearly again. It can get past those negative thoughts and get into more reasonable thought processes that you need to be able to heal. All right. So I'm going to do it all together. We're going to blow out. Inhale through your nose. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 3, 5, 7. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again. 2, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 5, 7, 8. Last time. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. How does that feel? Doesn't that feel when you do that? I know I checked out on Insta for a minute, but as long as up, you should be fine. How does it feel when you do the deep breathing? How is that? How does it feel to your body? A lot of this healing process is going to be getting back in touch with your body. When you are feeling traumatized, you dissociate, you separate yourself from your body, because that's where the bad feelings are. And so you try and separate out, and you don't really pay attention to the good or the bad of how your body is feeling. You can catch a lot of the stress that you're going to be having when it's small, if you know where to look for it inside of you. If you know that, okay, when I'm starting to get a little tense, I'm starting to get a little stressed, I get a little tightness here, or I get that tightness in my chest, or in my solar plexus, feel like somebody kicked me, or in my stomach, it feels like my stomach is cramping up. Wherever it is in your body, it could be anywhere. It could be that you clench your toes when you are starting to get anxious. People don't even notice that. I used to work in a psychiatric facility, and we would do relaxation exercises, and I would start with the toes, and people had no idea how crunched up their toes were from stress. This The idea of just, okay, relax that, started to make a whole difference in their body and the way that their body felt, because they released tension in a place that they held tension. So wherever it is for you, I need you to be mindful about it and try and find that seed of the anxiety. Where is it creeping up on you inside your body? And if you can catch it when it's small, you can battle it when it's small. But I've been saying lately, once you let it get like Godzilla size, it's just going to be stomping on buildings. It's going to be wrecking stuff inside your head because you didn't catch it when it was a baby monster and it grew up to be a big old monster. So focus on your breathing. And while you're doing that, examine your body. Where is there tension? Where is there a little bit of tightness in you? I know right off the bat, if I have that, it's a drop in my heart. It feels like my heart just kind of sinks. I know that's the feeling. That is the feeling of I am starting to get tight. Things are starting to go wrong. So when I feel that, I can stop everything else and focus on that. Focus on, okay, what just happened? Why was I feeling like that? Let me do my deep breathing. Let me calm myself. Let me center myself. All types of different things that you can do. Let me do grounding exercises, whatever it is that makes you feel better in the moment. You can do a little bit of exercise, whatever. You can do something about it as soon as it starts instead of when it is overwhelming you. And that is why you have to start thinking about it now, doing your deep breathing and paying attention to your body when you're doing the deep breathing. Okay. All right. So the second thing that I always tell you, and I will continue to always tell you for as long as we talk, is to do your journaling. Have you been doing your journaling? If you've not been doing that, I'm trying to tell you, you are making your healing journey harder. You are giving yourself an obstacle instead of giving yourself a tool. Okay. I need you to do your journaling. All right. Sit down 5 minutes in the morning when you wake up, 5 minutes at night before you go to bed. Give yourself that much time. You're worth 10 minutes. Even if you are in the state of mind that I am just not worthy, I'm just not enough, you are enough for 10 minutes of your own time, right? And you can't argue with me on that. I know for sure, no matter how bad you feel about yourself, in all the minutes of the day, you are worth at least 10 of them. So sit down with your journal, your favorite pen, and write for about 5 minutes. Just pour out whatever's on your heart, whatever is there, let it out. And this is a process that, number one, it's going to give you some data. You are going to know what was going on at a certain time and why you started to feel a certain way when you did it. You will know those things because you will be writing them down. And then when you are in a calmer state of mind, you can go back and read. And then you will have a clue about when these things happen so that you can be in front of them instead of being run over by them. We got to get ahead of the trauma. We got to get ahead of the reactions to the trauma. So that's what you're doing when you're journaling. The second thing is you're writing down dates and times so that when you look at this data, you have something to grasp onto. You're like, dang, every day, 8:15, I'm having a real hard time. My chest is getting tight. I'm feeling kind of anxious. What is going on there that is causing me to have a problem? If you can figure that out by what you wrote down, now you can get ahead of that problem. You're writing your anxiety level when you journal, not just writing stuff down, not just the date and the time. You need to be writing down that anxiety level. What is it from 0 to 10? 0 is no anxiety at all. none of us are at zero right now. I don't know anybody right now who is at a zero. It's a stressful time of year. But you could be at a zero. But then there is a 10. A 10 is that is the end. That is the most anxious, stressed out, upset you can be. Okay. It cannot go past that. It cannot get to be a 20. It cannot get to be 100. It is only allowed to get to a 10. That is the highest volume you can get to. That is a loss of control. That is, I want to tear my hair out, rip my clothes off, run screaming down the street naked. That is how bad a 10 is. So it can't be any worse than that. That is the complete loss of control. I don't know what to do with myself anymore. If you are sitting down in a journal, you're not at a 10. Isn't that good news? It is good to have that fence around it to let you know it can only get so bad. It can only get to me screaming, running down the street before I'm going to calm back down. I'm going to come back down to less than a 10. That is the worst thing that can possibly happen. A lot of the time, the anxiety will make you very afraid of what is going to happen next, how badly you're going to feel next. And if you know that you can only get to a 10, then it's not going to scare you as much. It's not going to make you feel like, oh, I'm going to be worse than a 10. I'm going to be just lost my mind and start raving mad. You're not. You're only going to get to a 10. That's as bad as it can get. So you need to be writing this stuff down. I tell you all this every time. Melanie, you say you're afraid to journal. I don't want anyone to see or find it. Well, see, that's the thing. Who is around that could be looking for it? Goodness, who is around that would be in your journal like that? And we have to give each other some privacy. And that is one of those things. Okay, you can pour out what is going on with you, so you need to have a safe place to be able to do that. If you got to get one of the old school ones that's got a lock on it, feel free. But you can talk to your mate and be like, look, this is my private journal. This doesn't have anything to do with you in particular. This is all about me. So anything in here I need to keep to myself. And I need you to stay the hell out of it. Oh, you said your kids? Well, look now, you gotta have some privacy and some space for yourself now. We're gonna start kicking the kids out of your room. But yeah, if you need to do the lock and key one, they have those. They have those right now. If you need to put it in the lockbox up in your closet, it's fine, but you need some place to pour out those emotions. Doing it like on your phone is not the same like level of catharsis that it is to write it down. You feel it more when you're writing it down. It's much more visceral of a feeling, and you can get it out more. So, get yourself someplace safe that you can write down your stuff, and just make sure you're making it a habit. 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening. It's going to make a ton of difference, Melanie. I'm trying to tell you. All right, Laura, you say you're feeling low? You say I love to journal the good stuff so I have a happy place to revisit when triggers happen or I feel low. Yes, exactly, Lori, exactly. You can go back. I didn't even mention that. Good thing. Good job picking that up. You can go back in your journal and realize, okay, I'm feeling really bad this week. I am feeling really crappy. I am feeling like the relationship is just not going to work. I am ready to walk out the door. But then you're going to go back and read and, the last 3 weeks, I have been very hopeful. Things have been going well. He's been doing what I need him to do. I've been working on myself. It actually hasn't been as bad as I thought it was. It will tell you that if you have written it down, if you're taking that time and just saying, okay, yeah, it wasn't a bad day today. I'm at a 3. I feel like, I was in control of what I was doing and saying today. I didn't feel like I was going to have a meltdown. Hey, my Mom, glad you're here. Happy Christmas Eve. Happy Christmas Eve to all of you. But yeah, it gives you that good too. Not you're not late. I'm here. I'm here for another 40 minutes. We gonna talk. Right? But yeah, if you're writing in your journal, it's going to give you good stuff as well as the bad stuff. You're going to be able to remember it's not as bad as I thought it was, because trauma does that. Trauma is a big old liar, okay? Trauma will tell you in a heartbeat that, oh, everything is awful. It has been awful for years and years, and you have just been putting up with it. And I don't know how you did it. There was never any good times. And then if you are looking in your journal, you can prove that that's a lie. You can go back and see that it's the trauma lying to you. It is not real. That is not real. All right. He said, Mikai's mom said, I'm gonna miss you, Dasha, for next week. I know, right? But that's okay. That's all right. We'll be back in the group. Come January 5th. We're gonna be back in the group. And she's talking about my recovery and reconciliation program. That is a month. Walk out for that because we're gonna do a challenge come January. And at the end of that, I'm gonna open my recovery and reconciliation program. So you better jump on that because Mikai's mom, she's in my group. It's excellent group. Okay. It's a super group. This is some banging women who are making serious progress towards their healing. Okay. So anyway, but I'm just saying I am super proud of them. So I'm going to offer the opportunity for more people to get into that group next month. So be looking out for that. All right. But for right now, we're going to go on with the Healing Hour Live, just the normal stuff that we normally do. Oh, I love all the hearts and the love. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right. He said banging women. They are. They're like the best. It's like the best groups of women. But everybody that I work with are phenomenal women. Like everybody that I work with, every woman that comes to me and is on this level is like, damn it, I know I've been hurt. But this is the person that I want, and I'm trying to work this out. And I don't know what to do. Show me what to do. And I give them what to do, and they apply it, and it works. And they're like, oh my God, thank you so much. It's so wonderful. But just that follow through, just that I know what I want. I am trying to get it. I don't necessarily know how, but I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to take some good advice and take off with it. I'm trying to tell you, that's a banging woman to me. All right. Women are fantastic in and of ourselves, but when we are really going for the things that we want, we're so unstoppable. I love it. I love it. It makes me feel good to be a part of that. I love being able to help people get past pain and suffering and get back to the life that they really want to live. I love that. All right. So what else do we got going on? It's Thirsty Thursday. Thirsty Thursday is another way that we celebrate the good. We don't always have to remember the bad. Yes, you are feeling bad. Yes, bad things have happened to you. I completely, fully understand that you are going through the grief process. You are dealing with the negative right now. However, that does not mean all the good in your life stops. You've got to take the time to appreciate the good stuff. Call that liar in your head that keeps telling you that everything is awful all the time. Call that thing a lie and remember the good stuff. So that's why we do Thirsty Thursday. We raise a glass to the beautiful things in life, the good stuff that happened. So Beth is another lady who is in one of my groups. Fabulous ladies. Beth said, made some great memories, close friends in New Orleans. She went on a trip, and then hubby came home from out of working out of home after working out of state for 3 months. They were apart for 3 months. She had to work on her trust for 3 months when he was in a completely different state. She could not monitor him. She could not be on him. She could not be watching GPS. She just had to work on trusting him. And she got through it like a champion. And now he's back home and they are happy and they're spending a little time together. She missed last night because he was home last night. So I fully understand if my honey was home after three months too, I wouldn't be going to the meeting. I would be having fun with the night he came back, but I am so happy for her. I'm happy for everybody that is getting some progress, getting out of the hole. That is what the whole point is. We're not going to stay in this hole forever. We are going to come out. We're going to feel good. So anybody has got anything for Thirsty Thursday, make sure to post it. And I'll come back to it and see if we got any other good ones. Good things to celebrate in the group today. If you're not in my Love After Cheating group, go join. I'm trying to tell you, great women in there. We're doing the thing. We are on the healing path in that group. Alrighty, so let me do a little bit of cards. Let's do the and. You have seen, I have been posting this. I have been showing this in the group. This is we do the and cards. This is the and for healing. And Makai's mom, she said the questions really help. They are really good questions. This is the healing edition. It is on the internet at theskindeep.com. There are a whole bunch of them. There are parent-children ones. There are long-term relationship ones. So you can pick out whichever deck you want. But this is a really good deck for the healing process. This is just questions that you can sit down and ask each other to connect to get a little bit more intimacy going. So, and Melanie, love how positive I am. I'm trying to show you all that I was exactly where you are. All right. I was hurting. I was in pain. I was stressed. I was angry. I couldn't get past it. I know how to get past it now. I figured it out, and I want you to know, and I want you to know that you can get this positive. You can. I promise it is altogether possible. It just takes a little practice. That's all. You can get positive like me, Melanie. You can do it. I promise you. I remember Kai's mom said he actually loves when I ask him the questions. Oh, that's nice. He is participating. He likes it. It's not questions about negativity. It's not questions about it's the healing deck. So there is a little bit about, past pain in it, but it is trying to understand each other a little bit better, trying to talk to each other. And that's what it is. When you want to ask him a whole bunch of questions about when he cheated, that's what it is. You want to be close. You want to get closer. You want to be able to talk. You want to be able to understand a little bit better. So these questions are a little bit better than just asking him about, well, what were you thinking when you did this? And how did you feel about her? And why didn't you think about me? You're not asking those types of questions. You're asking questions that are a little bit deeper, a little bit more or less on the surface level. And you can get a better answer, better understanding of the person. And when you do that, that's when things open up. When you start understanding each other instead of being fearful, that's when the healing really happens. All right. You said it's still great for building. It really is. It is great for building up that trust, that intimacy. So we're going to do 3. We'll do 3 today. All right. So, if I was in your shoes, what do you think I'd find most gratifying if I were you? All right. So if I were in your shoes, show it to both cameras. If I were in your shoes, what do you think that I would find most gratifying? That's an interesting question. There's a lot. There's so much stuff that you could feel gratified about. But what do you feel like grateful, feel like good about, feel positive about if I were you? That's a good question. I'm like that. If I was in your shoes, what do you think I'd find most gratifying, most good in my life? All right. That's a thought-provoking questions. I'm trying to tell you. Yes, indeed, they are. All right. Let's see. Another one. What do you think is the biggest challenge I face regarding our relationship? Oh, I like that one. I have not actually gone through the entire deck. I'm as surprised about what the questions are as you are when I post them. So every now and then I'm like, oh, that's a good question. What do you think is the biggest challenge I face regarding our relationship? So let's show it over here on Facebook. Let's show it over here on Instagram. That's a good question. See, it's a really good deck. All right. And number 3. Oh, this is a good one. What do my hugs feel like? What do my hugs feel like? You might be surprised by the answer to that. What does these hugs feel like to you? I am 6 feet tall. I've never had like a relationship with somebody who is taller than me like he is. I've had somebody that was like right at my height, but never like taller than me. And when he hugs me, I feel super safe, and I feel like I'm the feminine in the relationship. That's what I feel like when he hugs me, when he wraps his arms around me. I'm like, I'm the girl. I'm the girl. Yes, that's what I feel like. So his hugs feel like I am like genuinely the feminine half when he hugs me. So, what does it feel like to you? What does it feel like? What does his hugs feel like to you? Let me know. Share with me. I am curious what that is. And I definitely want to know what he said about it. So, come back, ask him later and see what he says because I definitely want to hear that. All right. Giving y'all a second to answer me, but I'm looking for. There's a it's showing me that there is a question on the post and I cannot see it. Cannot see it. Mm-mm-mm. I don't know why it's just doing that. It keeps doing the little circle thing. It won't actually show me what the question is. It's like it's one comment, so I know it's a question there, but it won't show me. That's all right. You all are with me. So you ask me questions. What is it that you want to talk about tonight? What do you need to hear about? What are you thinking about? And whoever I was that posted in the event, oh, Kimberly, there we go. There it goes. All right. All right. Kimberly said, oh, and ask me questions. So definitely hit me up. Let me know if you're watching on the replay. Still, post questions. I will answer your questions afterwards. I don't mind at all. If something I said doesn't sound really clear to you and you're like, what are you talking about? I will be happy to explain it to you. Just hit me up. All right. So Kimberly asked how to stop obsessing over the ex. Now, see, everybody in here, we're trying to be together, Kimberly. So I'm gonna say if that is what it is, it's been a year and you're still thinking about him and you're still wanting to be with him, maybe you should be. Maybe you're feeling like that because you're missing your honey. The women in this group, we are trying our very best to maintain the relationship with the person who cheated because we love them. We care about them. We want to be with them. We understand that people do stupid things sometimes that hurt us, and it may be frustrating, but you know, it's what we want. That's what we want. We want to be with this person. I knew from the very beginning when all of this started with me and my husband, I knew I was like, he is not fucking this up for me. Okay. He is not going to do it. I'm not going to allow it because this is the person that I wanted. This is the person that felt understood me and like got me for me. I didn't have to try and be anybody else. And so then I got to be more and more and more myself as the years have gone on. I know he is the right person for me. I know that for sure. So I knew it back then, and I was a little afraid of that back then. I always felt like, well, does that make me a doormat? Does it make it so that I'm just not trying to be alone? Like, what does that mean? And it just means that I love him. It just means that he's my person. So if this is your person, Kimberly, I mean, go have a conversation with him. Talk to him. Let him know, look, I'm pissed about what you did. I am hurt and I'm angry, but that is not stopping the fact that I am stuck feeling like I just can't let go of you. I can't get past you. I can't do it right now. So if you came to love after cheating, you must be new Kimberly, because this is the first time I think I'm seeing your name. So either way, if you are really trying to work it out, let me know. Message me. I don't mind. We can talk. We can talk. I can help you out with this. We can figure out a plan to get him straight and get you straight with him if that is what you want. All right. It's not even hard to get back together. It really isn't. It's just it feels embarrassing. It feels like, oh well, I left them and I left them for a reason, but now I'm saying that reason wasn't good enough, so I'm coming back. You said you still struggle too, Makai's mom. Yeah, you're gonna struggle with a little bit, but the thing is, you can't be living for what other people are gonna say about you. You got to be living your life. You got to be living to be happy for yourself. If you are living to make other people happy, then where is your joy? When is it your turn to be happy and be who you want to be with who you want to be with? When is your turn? So you have to recognize that, like, okay, yeah, I understand. I feel a little uncomfortable about it, but this is still my honey. This is still my boo, and I want to be with them. And everybody else is just gonna have to suck it up. Everybody else is just. I put up a reel the other day, like it's that song, the Outlaw song, and if I'm choosing to forget it, like, why can't other people mind their business? If I'm choosing to forgive you, then other people are not going to give me a hard time about it. I am just going to go ahead and go with what I think is the right thing to do with my life. Times Mommy said, I guess that's strong if the situation like that would happen again. You know, you are stronger than you think you are. I went through it multiple times. So, I had determined from the very first time what I was going to do about it. I knew, I was like, he is not messing this up. We are going to be together. We're going to be happy. Damn it. This is my person. He is just going to have to suck up and do right eventually. And it was like, that was our first like 4 years. The first 4 years. And honestly, like the first like year, I feel like people are still messing with other people that they used to be talking to. Like that first year of a relationship is not like the full-fledged relationship. It's not total monogamy because you still have hangers on. You still have people that was in your past, people who still call in. So I'm like, it was like the first 4 years of our relationship, but now it's 14 years later. So that was just a small part of what we had together. That was that like very, very beginning, a couple minutes in our relationship. But now we get a whole rest of our lifetime together, and he's doing fabulous and I'm doing fabulous. So you can have that. You can have years and years and years of good. And if it were to happen again, you'd be able to handle it. You'd be able to deal with it. You said, 4 years in, I must admit, you still love him. Yeah, you still, I still think if he wants those women or other women. Okay. Okay. First of all, men are always going to want women. Okay. Now, that's not the question that you're asking. You're saying, could somebody replace you? And obviously not. That is obvious. This would not be a person. If you thought that you could honestly be that easily replaced, would you really want to be with him? If you really, really believed it deep down. I know that the fear tells you that, oh, you should worry he might want to be with other women, right? That's me laughing. Like, really, if you believe deep down that he just doesn't want me, he doesn't love me, he doesn't care about me, he's just willing to go off and run off with somebody else, and I'm not special at all. If you really thought that, you wouldn't want to be with him. He wouldn't be your person. You wouldn't feel like you can get through this back to good times and back to him being exactly who you needed him to be if you really felt like that about him. So it's just the fear. That's what it is. It's the trauma. The trauma is always going to give you those thoughts. It's always going to tell you, hey, but what about? What if he does this? What if he does that? Like I was talking to somebody last night. She's got a big fat diamond on her hand. He put it on her hand about a year ago. Their wedding isn't until 6 months. And she was like, I'm still worried that I'm not the one that he's choosing. I was like, he put a whole entire diamond on that finger. He is serious about you. You planning weddings. Things are going well. Things are all right. You don't have to keep on believing what the trauma is trying to get you to believe. The trauma wants you to isolate. The trauma wants you to be apart. So it's going to tell you anything negative it possibly can to get you to back off. That's not what the love really is, though. Love, you're close. Even when you're feeling some kind of way, you still go ahead and allow yourself to be close to that person. You let down your walls for that person. The trauma doesn't like that. The trauma wants you to build up walls and stay there. It wants you to stay behind the walls because then nobody else can hurt you. But that hurts in and of itself. If you are stuck behind the wall and not able to reach out and get any love, then damn, what is the point? Like, you're behind the wall and you're quote unquote safe, but you don't have love. So what? I mean, it seems pointless. It seems like a stressful type of endeavor to go for, to hide behind those walls. Pain creates walls, healing creates doors. That's what you got to remember. We need to get a door in that wall so we can get to our honey. You can have your boundaries, you can have that, but you can't stay behind the wall forever believing the worst of the person that you're supposed to love the most, if you want to be happy. All right. He said, He said, laugh my ass off, or my fear if he wants me or and other women. So selfish. That's still thinking that you're not good enough. You're not enough. And you are plenty. You are exactly the right amount that you should be, but you weren't designed to be enough for somebody else. You were designed to be enough for you. You don't have to worry about other people. As long as you're enough for you, your love life is going to sail. You are going to have good times when you are enough for you. It's when the self-esteem starts falling, when you start doubting yourself, that's when the relationships go bad. That is when it happens, okay? Right. You say you kind of, kind of like, I want to have my cake and eat it too kind of guys. Yeah, but you don't think he's one of those guys, do you? I don't think he's one of those guys either. Didn't you just go down to meet the family down in the South? You just did that. So he is having you come down to meet the family down in the South. He is, y'all talking about that he's making plans. Did he bring out the calendar the other day and he planning out the future? Girl, he ain't worried about no other women. He is not worried about no other women. All evidence points to you the one. All right. I see you laughing over there. All right, so you got the high score. That's what my husband always said about me. He was like, "Yeah, there's plenty of women that I could play with, but you got the high score." I was like, "The high score?" He was like, "Yeah, like in the game, like your name is at the top of the scoreboard." Such a cracking up. He's so funny. That was one of the things that stuck with me over time. It was like the high score. Okay, all right, I can feel him on that. I can understand that. And I do. I am awesome. I got the high score. All right, let's see. Oh, I got questions over here. Let me see. Melanie said, in the middle of the night, I wake up and often obsess about them. What things can I do to redirect my thoughts? That deep breathing, Melanie. I'm trying to tell you. And I was just talking about this the other day. I have recently gone back to doing sleep hygiene. Sleep hygiene is actually preparing yourself to go to sleep, getting ready for bed, and then laying it on down and going to sleep. So if you're waking up in the middle of the night, what you're going to need to do is start with your sleep hygiene before you go to sleep. Start turning down. Take your phone. There is a thing on your phone, on most people's phones now, that will make it so that it's not blue lights in your face. If you are looking at your phone, it will change it to like night mode. Sometimes it's night mode, sometimes it's dark mode, something like that. It will change the light from blue light on your phone, which tells your brain that it is daytime. Blue light says it's sun outside, it's daytime, it's time to be up. If you take that off your phone in the evening, mine is set to stop doing that at 7 o'clock. So it changes. It looks more yellowy, but it is a different type of light and it makes it easier for you to sleep at night. So that's the first thing. I have been drinking a cup of chamomile tea. Honey, chamomile tea just has been putting me right to sleep at night and keeping me nice and calm and comfortable all through the night. It is a very good, just right before bed. It puts me down like in within like 15 minutes. After I finish the cup, within 15 minutes, my eyes are heavy. I'm want to lay it down. So give yourself a little ritual, something like that, because that's my ritual. I stir in intentions. I stir in my intention for good dreams and positive thoughts into that cup. And as I'm drinking it, I'm thinking about that. So that's the last thing on my mind as I'm going to sleep. I will take YouTube videos of like, dream hypnosis, things that are like trying to get you a lucid dream, or just ASMR videos or something like that, and put my headphones in and fall asleep to those sounds, because it changes the way that I sleep, changes the way that I dream. So there's lots of different things you can do. Keeping the room a little bit cooler so that you want to stay under the covers so that you will sleep through the whole night. If you get really hot at night, if your heat is on at night, you will end up having more nightmares. If you are sleeping in a room that is hot, so a fan. That's why people do that. The fan on them when they're going to sleep. That's why they do it. So if you're tending to, and you're journaling before you go to bed, before you take the tea, but in that time when you're winding down, it's like about an hour for yourself. But in that time when you're winding down, take that 5 minutes and write in your journal, pour out all of those thoughts and do all the rest of that stuff, and find yourself comfy pajamas and turn off the lights and turn off the television and do things to help yourself sleep, so then you're not waking up in the middle of the night thinking about them at all. Does that make sense? So instead of trying to redirect the thought, let's get some sleep. let's make the trauma tone down, because that's another thing that trauma does. It'll affect your sleep. It'll make you feel like you can't sleep through the night. So that's a good one. Makai's mom said ashwagandha golly gummies, or just gummies. All right. She said that helps her to sleep. So, all types of good stuff. There's all types of good stuff out there. Melatonin is a beautiful thing. But get yourself prepared for sleep and let that time be peaceful, and let it be like a ritual that you do like every night. Every night, like putting a baby to bed. The same thing that you do when you put the baby to bed. You put the baby in the tub with the lavender. You wash them really slowly and talk really quietly and nicely to them while they're inhaling the fragrance. Essential oils is good too. Our sense of smell is like deeply connected to our memory. So if you smell something that smells good to you, it will put you into mind of that good thing. You rub the baby down with lotion, you get them all dressed and warm and wrapped up, and sing a lullaby or read a book. That is the ritual. That is the thing that helps them to go to sleep. It's like, oh, this is what it is to go to sleep. It's time to go to bed now, because we have done all of the things. So if you start doing that for yourself, you will train yourself to go to sleep and stay asleep, like actually be able to sleep all the way through the night instead of waking up and thinking about that. So does that make sense? And good. And if you do wake up in the middle of the night, touch your honey, reach over to them, cuddle up to them, inhale, like put your face like by his neck and inhale his pheromones. Inhale his scent while he's sleeping next to you. It will calm you down. It'll be like, okay, he is right here. I am safe. He is safe. He's not doing anything stupid. Everything is okay. And then lay it back down and go back to sleep. All right. I hope that's good. Does that make sense? Does that seem like some good stuff? Let me know if that doesn't make sense to anybody. Let me see. Is there any other questions? Oh, I love this. I love this time with you all. Well, I don't see any other questions. You said goalies. Okay. You said you thought to smell his forehead. Is that what you said? My husband, I lay my head right here. It's laying on his chest, smelling his chest. It's like, I guess I'm close to his armpit, so maybe that's what it is. I don't know. The pheromones just, it makes me feel good. Bad. You said sometimes I just get jealous. Sometimes I do too, girl. And Melanie said that makes sense. Okay, good. All right, but Beth, yeah, absolutely, I do too. I don't think that I, as calm as I can be, as easygoing as I am right now, I still get jealous. I get jealous sometimes. I'm like, why are you playing the game so long? And who are you talking to? You smiling on the phone. And usually it's just he's looking at memes or something. But I'm like, hey, pay attention to me. It's okay if you feel a little bit jealous. Feelings they're ephemeral things that are supposed to be temporary. They're supposed to come and they're supposed to go. So allow your feeling, but just don't always react on your feeling. Does that make sense? Like, you don't have to get mad at him and be ready to have a fight because you talking to somebody else and I want your attention. You don't have to do that. You can just feel a little jealous, recognize you're feeling jealous, and then let it pass. It doesn't have to stay. It doesn't have to be a permanent thing. All feelings are temporary. You said I'm preaching. Thank you, girl. I try and tell you the truth. I want you on the path. I want you on the healing path. But yeah, it's perfectly normal to get jealous. It's fine. You can do that, but you just got to realize that you are feeling that way and then not go off because of it. All right. There's a difference between feelings and actions. And that's what gets messed up in the whole process of getting on the healing path and getting back to normal is you feel the feelings and it feels like I have to do something about this feeling. And you don't. Not all feelings require an action. They don't. You can just feel it and then let it go. It's okay to do that. It's all right to do that. And if it comes back, you feel it again and then you let it go. It doesn't mean either one of you are doing anything wrong. Like my husband, he's not doing anything wrong when he's in the next room playing his video game, and I'm a little jealous. Like he's watching the game, he's looking at the game, he's not paying attention to me. He's not actually doing anything wrong. It's just a feeling. It's just I feel like that at the moment, and so then all I really got to do is be like, hey, come in here. Come give me some love, give me some attention, and he'll do it if I ask him to. But in the middle of the game, I won't ask him right in the middle of the game. I try and be considerate of that. But it's try and be if he really likes the game and he's on the game and he's in the house, I say let him play the game. Okay, I know that is a big thing with women. Let him play the game. Okay, he's in the house. You know exactly where he is and what he's doing. He is not creeping. He is not doing anything stupid. He is just playing a video game because it's fun. Okay, that's it. So don't try. I try not to get jealous of the game, but I do from time to time. I get jealous. I have all the emotions, but I have just learned that I don't have to suffer with all the emotions. That makes sense. Hope that makes sense. All right. Any other questions? Let me tell you about what I got for you. Okay, I'm excited. All right. So on Black Friday, I tried something brand new that I hadn't done before that I had been testing out, but I hadn't actually offered it as a thing yet. And I am offering it as a thing now. Okay. So we are doing the Reconciliation Text Support Program. Okay. This is awesome. I have been doing this since last month, and the women in my group are, of course, banging women, of course, but they are making so much progress. They are enjoying every bit of it, being able to talk to me, reaching out through text, because that's what it is. It's a text program. You can reach out to me, ask me, talk to me. Say, hey, I need some help right now. Talk me down off the ledge before I say or do something that is going to set us back in our healing. And that's what I will do for you. I will help you figure that out. I will help you calm that down, bring it down a couple notches, and get you to a place where you can keep on going down the healing path instead of going all the way back to the beginning. All right. We are doing it. There is daily affirmations. I do a daily email affirmations in it. There are daily journal prompts, because if you're not doing your journaling, I will give you something to write about in your journal. We are doing, what else are we doing in the group? It is out. I know, because it is going to be a Christmas gift to you. I'm going to add in 2 extra sessions, but this is going to be 45 days. Right now there's one going on that's 90 days, but this is going to be 45 days. And it's going to be $99 for you to be able to reach out to me. Just text me, be like, hey, coach, I'm struggling, help, and I will help you. Okay. If your emotions are struggling right now and you can't quite get your balance, I will help you to see things a little bit differently, clear things up, make it so that you're not making huge mistakes that sets you back. I will help you with all of that. All right. And I'm trying to tell you 45 days of just being able to text me whenever you feel like it, getting some feedback from me, and being able to figure out how to get out of this darkness. 45 days, $99. I'm trying to tell you, you need to jump on this. I'm doing, okay, since this is Christmas, and I wanted to make it just, because, you got to pay for the actual program, but I got gifts to go along with the program. So, along with this, you're going to get 2 additional Zoom calls with me. You're going to be able to sit down with me, and we're going to talk for an hour. Now, you can make this be with you and your honey, all right? Me and you can be working together every day texting, but we can have 2 meetings set up where we talk all together as a group. I was doing couples coaching before I was ever helping women, and I do not mind at all sitting down with you and your honey and having these 2 full hours where you can talk about what you need to talk about. We can come up with a plan. We can get you all moving in the same direction, the same rate of speed. So we can do this, all right? I want to give you a copy of my book, The Wifey Handbook, of course. I want to give you a journal. So I'm gonna get some more journals. I'm going out to get some more journals tomorrow. But I am going to give you a journal and all this free time, and you are going to be able to have me in your back pocket. You're going to be able to just pull out your phone and be like, Daja, help me. I need a little assistance. And you're going to be able to get assistance. You won't be alone anymore. I told the story the last time I was told that I offered this. And as a woman who's walking along, minding her own business, and suddenly she falls down into a hole. Now the walls are too steep for her to climb up on her own, so she's just down in the hole by herself, struggling to get out. A doctor passes by. She shouts out to the doctor, "Hey, doc, I need your help. I got to get out of this hole. Help me." The doctor writes a prescription, throws it down in the hole, and keeps on about their merry way. Now, the second person that walks by, we got a clergyman, walks by. They shout up to the clergy, "Help me. I am stuck down in this hole. I need some help to get out." And the clergyman writes down a prayer, tosses it down into the hole, and gives it to the person and keeps on going. So then the third person that comes by is a friend. And the person shouts out, "This woman is shouting for her life. Help me. Friend, I need you to get me out of this hole." And promptly, the friend jumps down into the hole with her. And she looks at her friend and says, "What are you doing? Now you're down here with me. Now we're both stuck." And the friend looks at her and says, "Well, yeah, but I've been in this hole before and I know the way out." That is exactly what I'm trying to offer to you. I've been down in the hole before. I've been down there. I know how dark it is, how dank it is, how bad it smells, how awful you feel in the hole, but I know the direction to go to get out of the hole. And I want to help you with that. So that is what I'm offering, my tech support program. Now, this is going to be first thing in the morning. It's Christmas Eve, so I'm going to give you Christmas Eve. We're going to get that whole week till the 31st. So once it's 2022, this is over. This is over. $99. You can't get it anymore after that. But for this entire week, you can get that assistance that you need. You can hit me up anytime you feel like it, whatever is going on, and you can get a really fast reply from me to help you get to the next step. Not feel like you have to go back 3 steps every single time you hit a bump. That is one of the most frustrating things about healing, right? You feel like, okay, I made it forward some steps, but then something happened and it threw me back to the very beginning. Now I'm all the way back to the beginning of the board and I feel very frustrated and I feel very angry. I'm going to try and help you not go all the way back to the beginning. I'm going to help you maybe slide a little bit and then go ahead and push forward and get to the end of this path. I know you can do it. I have done it. I know for sure that you can be successful and happy and trusting and loving again in this relationship. I know you can. I know how to get there. Let me help you do it. Okay. $99 Christmas present for you. Christmas presents. I love presents. That's my love language. I love presents. All right. So I love to give presents too. So that is my present to you for this Christmas. I'm offering you everything. I'm offering full-blown assistance with everything that you need right now for 99 bucks. All right. Cheaper than a session with your psychiatrist. Cheaper than that. All right. For a whole 45 days of being able to text me when you feel like it. I can't offer any more than that. I'm trying to say it's an awesome thing. I have been having such a great time with the women in this group. It's a little selfish for me too, because I love doing this. I love helping women who have that go-getter, who really know what they really want and are pursuing what they want. I love working with women like that. That is my ideal occupation, is to be able to keep on helping you all get where you want to be. And if you're on that path and you're like, I need a little bit of help, I need somebody to hold my hand a little bit on the healing path and get me where I need to be, that is what you need to do. You need to sign up for my program. So this is not going to be until midnight. Midnights it's going to be posted in my Love After Cheating group, and it will be, I'm setting up my link tree. I hadn't set up my link tree on Instagram yet. I know I'm slacking, aren't I? But I am setting that up tonight, and it's going to be on my link tree too. So you will be able to sign up like right now for tech support, for reconciliation tech support with Love Coach Dasha. So I hope you take me up on this offer, because I'm trying to tell you it's working. It's working for the people that are doing it, the people that have been talking to me and have been working with me and have been moving forward in their relationships. They are feeling good about their progress. They are feeling like, yeah, I have some help. I'm not by myself anymore. I am not struggling with this all alone. I'm there to help you carry the boulder a little bit. All right. So I think that's about it for today. I think that's all I got for the moment. I don't see any other questions. Any questions, comments, complaints, thoughts? Nothing? All right. Well, happy Christmas Eve to you. I won't see you again until after the Christmas holiday, but we will be back again on the 30th. We're going to be on New Year's Eve. We're going to be here Thursday, the 30th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for the Healing Hour Live. In the meantime, I want you to make healing choices. Do not do what the fear tells you to do. And an affirmation for the day. Let's do an affirmation. An affirmation for you today. Oh, you know what? I'll tell you what the affirmation was in tech support today. The affirmation for tech support today was, I do all things in love. I do all things in love. Don't do things out of fear. Don't do it. It doesn't make your life happy. Okay. I need you to do all things in love. Everything you do, try and pour as much of yourself and as much of your love as you possibly can into them. And you're going to get that back. You're going to get it back from the universe. I promise. All right. You guys always say you good. You love it. Happy holidays to you too. Happy holidays to everybody. I hope you have a fabulous Christmas. This is a stressful time of day. Watch your drinking. Watch it. Don't drink so much that you go ahead and loosen up your lips, okay? And say things that you shouldn't say during the holidays. That's my final warning for today. Just watch out for that. You can have a great time and all, but just be careful that you are not drinking so much that you are giving yourself liquid courage in order to start a fight. All right. We want to have a good holiday. All right. All right. That's it. I love y'all. I will talk to you again next week, and we're gonna be getting ready for the new year next week. I know that's right. All righty, y'all. I will talk to you a little bit later.